The story of former Dallas Cowboy Ron Springs, number 20, touched millions of Americans. Springs was a star running back at Ohio State and played 6 seasons with the Cowboys. But shortly after his career ended in 1986, he was diagnosed with crippling diabetes.
I didn't really take it serious. I thought that I was invincible. Being an ex-football player, I hadn't been out the league for about 3 years. Still, the diabetes was on me so strong that it kept coming. I kept fighting. You can't give up. So I kept fighting, kept praying, kept fighting, kept praying. And some people would see me, and I had friends that would cry because, you know, normally I'm the life of the party, or I'm the one that's out there doing the most, you know, running and staying in shape. And then my body started tearing down.
It was equally painful for his son, Redskins cornerback Shawn Springs.
For me, it was tough because, you don't want to see your father like that. He was such a good athlete, and he was such a powerful man, and just like Superman. Just never expected to happen to Superman or your father. And as an athlete myself, you're just like, man, that's like the worst thing that can happen to a professional athlete. That's his lifeline.
The diabetes forced the amputation of Springs' right foot and 2 toes on his left foot. Then in 2004, he was told he would need a kidney transplant.
I was kind of in a fantasy world at first because I thought that somebody would step up and give me a kidney real quick that was in my family. But I started researching my family, and there wasn't a lot of people healthy enough to do that. So I started looking around at friends, and most of my friends were different blood types. They couldn't give it to me.
It turned out the perfect match was a former Dallas teammate, Everson Walls, number 24.
Because somebody called me and told me, you have a donor. I said, well, how did I know I have a donor? I said, ain't nobody told me I got a donor. So I went to the transplant center, and they said Everson is a perfect match. I said, well, give me the phone. So they give me the phone, and I called Everson. I said, Everson, you perfect match? Yeah, man, I finished. I took my time. I said, well, when were you going to tell me?
Just seeing that he was running out of choices, and with his failing health, I just didn't think we had the luxury of waiting for anyone on the donor list to come through. I learned that, he was human. When he started going through all that stuff, you could see that, it was hitting him pretty hard. With the atrophy in his muscles, it was pretty hard work on both of us. It was kind of painful for him because he could only go so far with his hands and his arms.
In 2007, the surgery was performed. Wall's kidney was successfully transplanted in Ron Springs. 5 months later, they were honored at Texas Stadium.
So many people would have gotten down, and and just really gotten the tank, For the most part, he just kept a positive attitude. He could lose his leg or lose a toe or get a big disappointment from not getting a kidney or being on a waiting list. And it's unbelievable how courageous he was and how he just really worked at just trying to stay positive and to share his message.
God don't put you in this situation if you're weak. He's doing this for a reason, so I can have a testimony to tell people all around the world about what happened. And then he brought him to me so that he can do the same thing, because he was a giver. Jesus Christ was the first person to sacrifice. He gave his whole life for us. That's what the whole deal is with me. I stay fired up now.